To understand the origins and purpose of the Electoral College in US, we must go through the journey of 18th century, a time when the founding fathers of US made the US Constitution. They faced a monumental question. How should the president be chosen? Should it be through direct election where everyone votes, or should the Congress hold that power? The debate was very intense, reflecting the diverse interests of a very young nation at that time. Ultimately, they reached a compromise, a system that would balance the need for popular input with the desire to protect smaller states from being overshadowed by larger ones. This compromise birthed the Electoral College, which is a group of electors which are appointed by each state to ensure that no single region or state could dominate the entire presidential selection process. Now let's delve into the very mechanics of how this Electoral College operates. Each state is assigned a specific number of electors, which is roughly proportional to its population, like in India. This means that states with larger populations like California and Texas have more electors, while smaller states, for example, Wyoming and Vermont, have fewer. In total, there are 538 electors in the Electoral College. To win the presidency, a candidate must win a majority of these votes, at least 270. Now, if no candidate achieves this magic number of 270, the decision shifts to the representatives, where each state delegation then casts one vote for one of the leading candidates. When election day arrives in November, citizens across the nation cast their ballots. But it is important to note that they are not directly voting for the presidential elections in US. Instead, they are voting for a state of electors pledged to support their chosen candidate. These electors are committed to backing the candidate who wins the majority of votes in their states. In 48 out of 50 states, there are winner-takes-all system in place. This means that if someone receives a majority of votes in a state, they claim all the state's electoral votes. Doesn't matter Republican or Democratic. To win 51% of the votes in Texas, they take all 38 electoral voters from that state. Maine and Nebraska are the exceptions. They allocate their electoral votes based on the congressional districts. Once the popular vote and the winners are determined, the electors from each state convene in December at their respective capitals to formally cast their president, vice president. While this meeting is largely ceremonial, it is a crucial step in the process that officially solidifies the next president of US. In early January then, Congress gathers for a joint session to count the electoral votes submitted by each state. The vice president, serving as president of the Senate, presides over the session and announces the results. This moment marks the official declaration of the election's winner. However, the Electoral College is not without its critics. One significant concern is that a candidate can win the presidency without securing the popular vote, which people have voted, as evidenced in 2000 and 2016. Critics argue that this system disproportionately amplifies the influence of a few swing states, leaving voters in others feeling, diminished. The debate around Electoral College should be reformed or entirely replaced continues to resonate in the American public domain. So why does the Electoral College really matter, you'll ask? It transcends the mere mechanics of the process of election. It embodies a unique balance in American democracy, respecting both the individual voters of the state and the sovereignty of the states. While the system invites ongoing debates, it has shaped US presidential elections for over 2 centuries, and it continues to influence American politics even today. Understanding this system is very important to engage and understand how and when the democracy of US is actually created.